Trust sales. I know a lot of you get transactions where you're selling a property coming out of a trust. So you're either dealing with the actual trustees themselves, or you might be dealing with the kids who are trying to sell their parents' estate. Let me go through a few scenarios that I see come up often to make it simple for you on what's required. So now let's say that you're just dealing with the actual trustees. So the trustees are around, they're planning on signing documents, they're of sound mind. That's the easy one. Title won't even require a full copy of the trust, but we will ask for a current trust certification to be signed through escrow. That certification will basically state that they are still the current trustees of that trust and that no amendments to the trust have been made. Now, if we have a deceased trustee, now we will require a full copy of the trust because now we're dealing with the actual successor trustee and we need to review the trust to confirm that. Sometimes there's multiple successor trustees. We will also ask for death certificates. We will need certified copies of those death certificates. That's what the county requires. So certified copies of the death certificates. Escrow will draw up an affidavit death of trustee and will record that at closing. Now, sometimes what we see also is one of the trustees might be mentally incapacitated, not of sound mind, not capable of handling their own financial affairs. When this comes up, we also will need a full copy of the trust because there's actual verbiage within that trust that states how to confirm incapacitation. Normally, it will require 1 or 2 letters from physicians to confirm that that trustee is not capable of handling their own financial affairs. You'll get those letters, give them the title. Title will confirm that, and then we can allow the successor trustee to sign on behalf of the trust. Another situation that comes up is I see this all the time. Someone will say, hey, property's in the trust, but I have a power of attorney. Now, just so you know, most trusts, the attorneys don't draw up these trusts usually with a verbiage that allows for the use of a power of attorney. Send title, the copy of the trust, full copy of the trust. Let us review it because we have to make sure that that verbiage is in the trust. Sometimes it is, but most of the time there is not that verbiage. That verbiage is not in the trust. So the trust doesn't allow for the use of a power of attorney. But we're dealing with a successor trustee anyway, so I think a lot of people get that confused. And usually if someone does have a power of attorney, that's usually the same person that was named successor trustee, so it doesn't matter anyways, but it doesn't really make sense because the property's held in the trust, so we're dealing with a successor trustee. But again, get a full copy of the trust. If it does allow for the use of a power of attorney, then we can do that. And lastly, one thing I see happen quite often is where the property's in the trust, the trustees are deceased, and now you have the successor trustee goes and records a deed to themselves as an individual so that they're deeding out of the trust as successor trustee to themselves as an individual, and now they want to sell the property as an individual. It's not necessarily a red flag, but it is a situation where we do want to see a full copy of that trust because we need to confirm that there were no additional beneficiaries. So these trusts are created to benefit the beneficiaries. And if there are additional beneficiaries, then we will require letters of consent from those beneficiaries consenting to this transaction. And if we get those, then we're usually okay. And if that successor trustee is the only beneficiary, then we're usually okay as well. But again, the best thing you can do for your transaction, for your clients, anytime the property is in the trust, right away ask for a full copy of the trust. Send that to me, send that to title, let us review it, and then tell us the scenario. What are you dealing with? And I can guide you through.